first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
Cheers to Joe Biden.
Let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now.
After days of uncertainty, an historic outcome, Joe Biden defeating Donald Trump and will soon become the 46th president of the United States. The Democratic win means Kamala Harris smashing that glass ceiling in U.S. politics, becoming the first woman as well as the first person of Black and South Asian descent to become vice president. No doubt it has been a long road to the White House for Joe Biden, and the U.S. president-elect isn't wasting any time getting down to business. Biden first made a stop to a church near his home Sunday morning, visiting the graves of his son Beau, his wife Nelia, and their daughter Naomi. He is now expected to move quickly to fill out his new Democratic government, including a chief of staff. Today, Biden plans to announce a team of scientists and experts to create a COVID-19 response plan to go into effect when he takes office January the 20th. And as Democratic celebrations erupted across the U.S. this weekend, the president spent much of his weekend on the green. Donald Trump was spotted golfing on his course in Virginia, both Saturday and Sunday. And as Trump continues pursuing legal challenges over ballot counts in several states, there are reports he is being urged by close allies to concede the race, including senior advisor Jared Kushner and First Lady Melania Trump. However, Trump is reinforcing false claims that his second term was stolen, with some high-ranking Republicans urging him to dial those claims back.
I think when you say that the election was corrupt or stolen or rigged, that's unfortunately rhetoric that gets picked up by authoritarians around the world.
The former Republican presidential nominee also said Trump should concede the presidency if the legal challenges in close races doesn't end in his favor. Romney conceded to Barack Obama after losing the 2012 election. Now, we are going to be hearing from CNN's Karen Kaifa coming up here at 7:30, who is in the U.S. Capitol. Well, the world mourning a Canadian legend, as we talked about off the top of the show. Jeopardy host Alex Trebek has died at the age of 80 after battling pancreatic cancer. The game show host passed away at his Los Angeles residence yesterday morning. Trebek was diagnosed with cancer just in March of last year, continued to host Jeopardy while undergoing treatment. Show producers say they are not announcing any plans for a new host at this time. Hailing from Sudbury, Trebek attended the University of Ottawa, hosted a series of game shows before finally landing the part on Jeopardy in 1984. And just last year, in the Tournament of Champions, Trebek choking back tears after an unexpected answer in Final Jeopardy. Remember this.
Jeopardy is also brought to you by...
Let's take a look at your response. Did you come up with the right one? No? What is "We love you" out? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Costs you $19.95. You're left with $5. Okay.
And tributes are pouring in. A statement from here, Mayor John Tory reading from Reach for the Top to Jeopardy. We invited Alex Trebek into our homes for decades. A very warm, very Canadian person who did us proud and who never forgot where he came from. He will be missed by millions whose lives he touched. And Prime Minister Trudeau saying, "Today we lost a proud Canadian and beloved TV star who was a familiar face to millions of people across North America and around the world. We looked forward to his quick wit and wry jokes and the questions about Canada he'd sneak into the show." And coming up here at 7:20, we're going to be hearing from a Toronto woman who did appear on the show and get her take on the experience. Meanwhile, we're going to take you to a live look right now at Alex Trebek's star on the Canadian Walk of Fame. This is along King Street, and as you can see, a memorial has popped up here to the Jeopardy star. There are flowers here, candles, pictures. Alex Trebek's final episode of Jeopardy will be airing on Christmas Day. And again, we do want to hear your stories as well. It's You Sound Off, our topic today about Alex Trebek and your memories of him. 6:11 is your time right now. We're going to turn our eyes to COVID-19 now. A troubling trend in cases in our province. For a second day in a row, Ontario reporting record number of new cases, 1,328. That number is up from 196 the previous day. The province also reporting 13 new deaths. The 7-day rolling average of new cases has now climbed past 1,000. More than half the new reports come from Toronto, Peel, and York regions. And these new COVID records come as Ontario implements its new color-coded system that would help remove or add restrictions. But Peel region is rejecting the new system, calling it too lenient. The region now bringing on its own guidelines starting on Friday. It's going to mean residents are advised to only interact with members of their own household and banning wedding receptions. Event halls will have to close. Workplaces will restrict non-essential visitors. They are also advising people to work from home as much as possible. These new guidelines will be in effect until at least January. And starting today, Via Rail is tightening rules on masks for passengers. All those on board must wear a mask, and if they are unable to do so, passengers must provide a medical certificate along with government-issued photo ID. That certificate must specify the passenger's full name and specifies that the person has a medical condition or disability that makes it difficult to wear a mask. Via Rail made masks mandatory back in June, with the exception to those under the age of 2. All right, much to discuss here this Monday morning, including world markets reacting positively to the U.S. election results. On early trading, we're going to talk to senior business editor Mike Eppel. He is just after the break.